It's gonna be one of those ones. 133 moving. My dad, the podcast. Josh and Jesse for the last time in this
This is the last
location.
episode. Oh,
Okay, so I don't know if this is how it works, but currently we're far apart in location.
yeah.
Kilometers wise, we're far apart.
Yeah.
12 kilometers or whatever it is. So that's why we've been having a lot of internet issues. Do you think that once I move closer, those will sound much better and those issues will be done?
Yeah. I think from going from 12 kilometers to, say, 1.5 to 2, I think it'll make all the difference in the world. I mean, right now, I don't want to jinx it, of course. I have some wood right here. I'll knock on it. The internet's working great. You look great. The microphone sounds great.
I'm just seeing how far we are apart, how far you have to drive. Starting now, it's a 6-minute drive, 2.5 kilometers. So I mean, you can walk it.
I could walk that easily. Yep.
Because you just take your road all the way up, right? And then you just take a right at some point.
Yep.
And you're there. Easy peasy. Yeah, I've got all the boxes. This whole room is filled with boxes.
Rice Krispies.
Not to like...
You're playing with fire here, I tell you.
I am playing with fire. That's just a bed. All that stuff.
That's a vertical bed. All sorts of different boxes.
Yeah, there's a whole 7 boxes of couch in there as well. Okay.
Fantastic. I can't wait to be moving that on the 30th. That'll be good.
Each of the probably 5 out of the 7 boxes of couch are easily movable. 2 of them are a bit heavy, but I did it myself.
So on the 30th, when I'm helping you move, do we have to get everything out of the U-Haul that evening?
The U-Haul has to be back by like 10 p.m.
Oh. How much stuff do you have?
Not 4 hours of moving.
Okay. How many people is it just me?
No,
you two?
There's at least one other person.
So I'm going to have to meet a person.
Yeah, you might have to meet a person, but the great thing about moving, though, is that you just be like, oh, sorry, I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. I can't really chat. And it's one of Megan's work friends.
Okay. Awesome. I'm so excited.
But yeah, like we're just getting like the 2-bedroom truck. We sold most of our furniture. Like that bed's not coming with us.
Mm-hmm.
Our 2 couches aren't coming with us. The dining room table's not coming with us. So we're not going to have a lot of stuff. Like what you see in this room is most of it, plus our bed, plus a few bookshelves, and so it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
Okay, that's no problem. Then I'm happy to do that.
It'll take like an hour and a half, 2 hours tops. Probably less than that. Just throwing everything in the house and then
doesn't need to be unpacked. It just needs to get in the house.
Just need to be in the house because we had the whole Canada Day after to do that stuff, and Megan took the week off. So
there you go. And we're not doing a podcast next week either.
We're not doing a podcast next week. No, my internet is being hooked up, I think, next Wednesday. So
yeah, that's fine. It's good to have a week off.
Yeah, take the week off. Enjoy that sun. Enjoy the heat.
Yeah.
How was your birthday?
How was my birthday? Oh, it was pretty good. Yeah, fairly uneventful. Had Chinese food and some ramen. Different days, different celebrations. But yeah, not too much to be fussed about. I got a tattoo.
Oh, you did it.
Yep,
Wow.
I did.
Exactly how you told me it would look.
Yep, on the back of
Okay.
my arm. Happy
Two
with that.
things. Two things. One, where did you get Chinese food?
It's a place called East Garden. It's my
East
personal
Garden.
favorite right now. It's by Hillside Mall, kind of.
Okay. Like across the street, like where the McDonald's is and stuff?
A little up the road from there. It's closer more to Oakland's Elementary.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry to kick a cat out.
that's okay. It happens. They try to get in the boxes and all that. I know how it goes.
Well, they just, want to be in here and then don't want to be in here, and the door closes. And okay, great. And then the second one is, did it hurt?
No, I didn't found it hurt at all. Actually,
Okay. Third question, did the tattoo hurt?
no.
Okay.
No, I assumed that's what you were asking me the first time.
Never assume.
This is true.
It didn't hurt. How long did it take?
Like an hour and 15 minutes or something.
You had to meet somebody.
I did. She's friends with a good handful of the people that I work with. And I heard only good things. And she was a nice lady. We talked about movies. And she's kind of into similar movies that we are. And I was telling her she's like, likes horror movies and weird movies. And I'm like, oh, we watched Delicatessen. Have you seen that? She's like, oh, I love that movie. We watched City of Lost Children. It's like, oh yeah, that one's cool too. And Dark City and
Moving.
I don't know. Yeah. And Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So yeah, we just talked, and she's like, oh, do you have any opinions on Jim Jarmusch? And I'm like, I've actually seen two of his movies, Dead Man and Ghost Dog. And she hadn't seen either of those ones. And I said, well, I'd recommend Ghost Dog more than Dead Man, but they're both interesting. And that's about it.
Did you bring up the fact that you had a podcast, or it was just like, no, I like movies, I watch it independently?
I brought it up.
Oh.
But she had mentioned that she's like, oh yeah, I listened to like a bunch of movie podcasts, and she mentioned like 3 of them. And I was like, well, I mean, here's the perfect opportunity. I may as well mention mine.
50 minutes of your day, of your week, I guess.
Yeah. She never asked what it was called, so I don't think we got a new listener.
No, we definitely didn't.
Yeah.
Too busy. I'm like, I listen to a lot of tattoo podcasts.
Right. I listen to lots of tattoo podcasts myself. Inked is my favorite.
I think it's a TV show, like a competition show.
Yeah,
Ink
you're
Masters.
Right. Yeah, I panicked.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
How was your birthday?
I can't remember it. January. What did I do? Went out for dinner, maybe. Probably not. So we're moving. That's kind of the theme of the podcast today. Moving week, but we keep buying stuff to move. So like one of the things that we bought was a enclosure. It's like it's like not a shelf, but like maybe it says it on the thing. It's right beside me. It's like a cabinet. Like it's a thing that
for kitty litters.
For kitty litter. Yeah. Is this something that you've thought about?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
No.
But yeah, it just looks like a thing you have in your living room. Like, oh, that's nice. You put candles on it.
Yeah.
But the cats go to the bathroom in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't really have a nice place for cat litter in the new place. So
right. That's your solution. I always wondered about how hard it would be to like change the kitty litters if the kitty litters are in a big cabinet. Easy to take them out, is it?
Well, it's still in the box. We
Mm.
because we're moving, so but they have two doors.
Mm.
So I assume there's like a hole on the side how they get in. It's pretty big. It fits our giant litter box because of the 3 cats. And then they just have the 2 doors. So you just open the doors and take out the litter.
That's great.
So I'll let you know. Let you know how that goes.
Yeah. Give me a review. That'd be nice. That'd be good. Stay tuned for next episode. Kitty litter cabinet review.
We'll put it in our den, and then we'll put the record player on it. Maybe a candle.
I thought you were getting rid of all your records.
That's another story I got for you. I got rid of many of the ones that you gave me, but we kept a few. Like
Vampire Weekend.
Yeah, like the newer ones that I bought, and then she kept Fleetwood Mac, Rumors.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had a friend who picked some out that they wanted, and then Station Avenue in Langford, they have like a bunch of
there's a record shop.
Stuff. Yeah, there's a record shop, and so we brought the records. There was probably 60 records left over, maybe more, and we were like, "Hey, do you want to buy these records?" And she's like, "How much do you want?" And I was about to say, "You know what? I was just going to give them to you for free." But then she's like, "Would $300 do?" And I'm like, "Yeah, have them for $300." So she bought my records for $300.
And so when I come to help you on the 30th, are you going to be giving me a check for that, or?
I asked you if you wanted them, and you said no. So.
But I gave them to you. And then you sold them for a profit. No, that's fine. That's fine. No, I want you to keep the money. You're moving. Newlyweds.
They went towards the kitty litter enclosure.
There you go.
But yeah, I was blown away by it because we were told, "Oh no, you should," because we were just going to donate them back to Salvation Army.
Yeah.
We were told, "No, this person will buy them from you. She'll give you hundreds of dollars." And I was very skeptical, but then she did. So.
Well, I wonder what could have been in there. I don't remember giving you particularly spectacular records.
Purple Rain was in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's purple. I don't know. There was a lot of Beatles, but none of them were in good shape, like real good shape.
Yeah,
they're all just used.
Yeah, well, that worked out great for you. I love that. I'm so happy.
Yeah, she sells them for $10 each. She makes a profit, so
I guess so.
It's been a good little bit selling stuff.
Nice. It's nice to get rid of the clutter,
Yes, but then you come in here and it's cluttered. But yes, it'll be nice to move and reorganize.
Every time I help you move, I take a mental note of all the things that you own. And so this time when I help you move, I'll be taking a tally of all the things I remember from even when we lived together, some of those things. So
I wonder if I have anything still from when we lived together.
Of course you do. Ever heard of a certain hockey player?
Yeah. Well, besides the gift.
Besides that. Oh, like the other gift, like the records that you got rid of? Yeah, that would have been one of them, but
yeah, that we sold. I don't know because all of my furniture is like wicker. Long gone. The bed is long gone.
What about that table I put a hole in? You still got that?
No, but we do have an IKEA. Maybe this, because I'm currently on my table is at my dresser.
Mm-hmm.
I might have had this. Well, no, because it was all wicker.
Mm.
But no, we do have an IKEA table, but it's not like that. You couldn't probably put a hole through it if you punched it.
Well, if we play NHL 15, we'll find out.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Perfect.
So, the movie.
Yes.
Moving the movie. Have you seen any Richard Pryor stuff? Besides
No,
this?
actually, I haven't. I don't think.
Okay. Fresh. And you didn't like the film.
Well, no, it wasn't good.
Okay, what did you not like about the movie?
Well, I found that it wasn't particularly funny. It's a comedy, of course. Not particularly funny. Just kind of dry and the plot was boring. The gags were bad. The acting I thought was pretty bad as well. Someone's honking at you. So yeah, I just thought there was not too much in terms of redeeming qualities on this one, I thought.
Okay.
Perhaps you feel differently. Did you enjoy it?
So I picked this movie because it's called Moving.
Yeah.
And it was kind of on brand. And I looked it up, and it has a terrible Rotten Tomatoes score, decent IMDb score, and there are people online saying this is his second best film. Very funny, underrated. There were parts of this film that I did find funny. There were some gags that I enjoyed. I liked the film. It was not a waste of my hour and 25 minutes or whatever. It was like, I get the acting. Yeah, not the greatest. And the plot was thin. But there were enough parts sprinkled in that I enjoyed that made the movie for me. Rodney Dangerfield, great. Betting all the bank's money. The family who was like, oh, but we're taking that with us, and then they took it with them.
I knew you were going to say that.
Then the movers. I mean, the movers weren't that funny, and I didn't like Randy Quaid, his characters either. The ending was a bit wild. Dave Thomas was only in it for a little bit, and Dana Carvey, that whole thing was a bit over the top. But this movie did not play it safe, and I appreciated that.
I suppose so. I felt as though I know who Richard Pryor is.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, very famous comedian. And I mean, I guess this is past his prime, perhaps. So from my understanding is this is past his comedic prime.
Yeah.
And it seemed that way. He just seemed like he was tired and he was phoning it in a little bit. And I didn't find his deliveries very funny.
What if I told you that he had MS? He was sick.
Okay. Is that
maybe that
make me feel bad, or?
I'm just saying, it's a little bit of an excuse. I mean, he didn't die until 2005.
Mm-hmm.
By a heart attack. Not even MS related, but he was apparently very thin. That's why his facial hair was a little weird, because they had to cover his cheeks. He normally just has a mustache.
Right.
And they full cheeks.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean he does do kind of the same kind of humor throughout the movie.
Yeah.
But he was named the best stand-up comedian of all time on some lists. Really funny guy. But I was perhaps not his best. Passed over the hill. But I liked it.
I just felt as though like, okay, here's a movie. It's a movie called Moving, and obviously it's a comedy, so everything's going to go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That could go wrong. And then
They
I
took the
imagine
pool.
they took the pool. I imagine everything that could go wrong, and it did. So there was nothing really that surprised me. I saw everything coming when they were all joking, like, "Oh, and we're taking that with us." It's like, I guarantee they're going to get there, and all that stuff's going to be gone. And it was. And the people helping them move, I bet you they're going to be a pain in the ass. Well, they were.
Well, they started that way, to be fair.
Right. That's true. But I mean, I knew the movers were coming. I bet you before they even made it on the screen, you know.
The old man wrapping every little piece individually. I bet you get paid by the hour.
That's hilarious. You know, comedies are a hard sell for me.
Yeah, that's true.
If
only this was a French film.
Yes, that would have done a lot better. I found myself like smiling a bit, you know, like, oh, that's humorous. I definitely did not laugh at any point.
Another good part of the movie was the daughter, Stacey Dash. Apparently, I mean, I didn't know she was an actor. I just know her for her crazy political stances. But we threw that aside for this film. But she trying to sabotage the move.
Yeah,
because she met a boy.
Yeah,
and then they had her, hung up in the basement. I thought that was funny. Just trying to explain that.
Yep. Yeah, that was
Can't get away with that now. 2025. There's no way that can be a movie these days.
I did like how the whole movie, like especially with the soundtrack, was kind of like an upbeat, and then there was a lot of swearing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was an interesting contrast, I suppose. I mean, I didn't hate every second of it. I just didn't think it was that good.
Sure.
Yeah. I think it's an unfair film unfair to Richard Pryor. This is the first film of his that I've seen. He's probably up there being like, I'm so sorry. It's okay, buddy.
It wasn't his last film, but it was his last film that he starred in. Like, he was the main guy.
Mm-hmm.
He got married so many times.
Did he?
Yeah, he has 6 or 7 kids with 5 women.
Apparently he's in the Muppet movie, which I have seen.
Okay.
And you've seen that as well. So I guess I have seen one of his movies.
Part of the podcast.
Yep. Podcast alumni.
He also wrote a movie that was on the podcast as well, but I now can't remember what it was. He was like
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. Great. This movie probably just got me. I watched it yesterday after work. Maybe it just got me in a good mood.
Could be. I watched mine right after having a nap. So I got home today, and I was we were watching some YouTube with dinner, and I was feeling really tired. I'm like, you know what I should do to be fair to this film? I should take a nap before I started. And so I did. I took a 45-minute nap, which is nice. Sometimes, you know how you take a nap, you wake up, you feel worse than you did before?
Yep.
I took a nap, felt better than I did before. Great. I'm all strapped in. I almost went to go get popcorn again, like I did. But I couldn't quite bring myself to go do that, even though the theater is very close by. Maybe if I had the popcorn, it would have been different. But, yeah, it wasn't.
2 things. We record late, but it's still an hour and a half movie. So did this movie end recently? Did you watch it and then come into the podcast, or because your dinner would have been real early?
Yeah, we eat dinner early. We usually eat dinner around 4 or 4:30.
It's not. Is that still lunch? It's like a dinner.
Yeah, Leonard, you
Early
could call it
bird?
that.
You mean
Yeah.
like an early bird? Okay, so you eat. Is that because like most of the time you guys leave and do stuff at
Yeah.
night?
Yeah, because we often have paddling a couple nights of the week, and that starts at 6. And so, and you don't want to eat too close to that because then, cramp up or whatever. So
Right.
I think our bodies are used to coming home from work, having a shower, feeding the cats, and then it's time to make food. Usually around 4:30 is when we eat. So
Well, then how do you feel right now?
in terms of hunger,
Yep.
um, not too hungry.
Do you wake up hungry?
Uh, yeah, but it doesn't. I
Okay.
mean, you hadn't eaten for the last 8 hours, so I think pretty much everyone does, don't they?
No, I don't wake
Oh,
up hungry.
okay, perfect.
And I actually had the conversation today with somebody about naps.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think 75% of the time that I wake up from a nap, I either wake up worse or the same
Mm-hmm.
as before I napped. And then there's 25% of the time where I wake up great, uh, energized.
Yeah.
Today I had a nap and I did that because it was like a 20-minute nap. So it was like perfect time. I'm ready to go and I packed a little bit. But other times I'm like, I'm tired still.
No,
So
it's
we're
weird how
bringing the
that
heat.
works.
Bringing the heat for this podcast.
What percentage packed would you say you are?
90.
It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. Just got the essentials out.
All of my clothes are in garbage bags, except for 2 days worth of work clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going camping this weekend, so 2 days worth of camping clothes. So I guess somewhere in this uh, when we move.
Right.
But I have a little laundry I'm supposed to do
What are you
after
gonna
camping.
What are you gonna do with the cats?
It's a great question. I believe the plan is just to put them in the bathroom.
Okay.
So they each have their own crate.
Mm-hmm.
So the hard part will be getting them into the crate, moving day.
Mm-hmm.
But we have left the crate out for about a week. The crate's out. So one of them does sleep in a crate regularly, so that shouldn't be an issue. Gino also loves his crate, so that shouldn't be an issue. It's just making sure that we don't panic them, just
Mm-hmm.
getting them in, hopefully close together so that one doesn't see him being like, oh, what's going on? That's, yeah, a thing we're worried about. But then we'll bring them inside and put them in a room, probably the bathroom.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
You're very welcome. So you will have lived in this Langford place for how long were you there?
4.5 years.
I never saw it. I never will.
No. No.
That's cool. You've been to my place, I don't know, 3 or 4 times
Twice,
now.
3 times. Yeah, this place has been great to us. 2 bed, 2 bath. It's huge, high ceilings.
Mm-hmm.
If I can move this place to Victoria, to Saanich, I would. That would be great. But unfortunately, it's in Langford. The building kind of sucks. We don't live in a great part of Langford. It's very downtownish.
Yep.
There are signs up still saying stop spitting in the hallways. There's
No.
been a sign in the elevator about stranger danger, but people just let everybody in.
Perfect.
There's like 120 units in this building, and we're going to one that's 27. So I'm happy.
Awesome. I'm glad you're happy. Maybe I'll be able to see this new place and not just on moving day.
Yeah, come on over.
We'll play some NHL 15 like the good old days. You still own that?
No. What do we play that on?
PlayStation 3, probably, or PS4, maybe.
I don't know the PlayStation anymore. Xbox, yeah, we can play NHL 24.
Okay, deal.
To dust off the old Xbox. I don't even know where that is. Somewhere. Put some batteries, new batteries in the controllers. Anyways, what do you like about the acting or moving?
Like in terms of score?
Yeah, let's just get into score.
Okay,
Jump right into it.
Honestly, actually, my favorite acting performance was, well, actually, no, that's not even true.
King Kong Bundy.
Yeah, King Kong Bundy. I thought the funniest, although you didn't really like him very much, I thought Randy Quaid's character was the funniest.
Well, okay, that's fair. I did. There was one scene where I thought he was funny. That was when he was trying to sell the house when he like dressed up.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
okay. Yeah, I don't know. Just the acting wasn't that great, and I know it's a comedy movie. Maybe that's not exactly what you're looking for, but you're looking for comedy acting, which even then I didn't think was fantastic. It was fun seeing Dana Carvey. I mean, he wasn't in it for very long, but I thought his character was at least somewhat interesting, I suppose. So I don't. Maybe I'd give it like a 4. Yeah, I think that's a fair score.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to do too much. Stacey Dash Casey, first movie, thought she did pretty good. The wife, she had a name, I can't remember. She was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the acting wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. I thought it was funny for many of them. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Ending a bit unhinged. So the movie started with Arlo Pear, Richard Pryor, kung fu fighting the neighbor, Randy Quaid. And then it ended kind of that way too, so that was kind of a nice little circle. Some gags were brought back, I think, probably. Easily defeated his enemies. He stood up to the neighbor, and he changed his mind pretty good. Yeah, everything ended up good for him. So I'll give ending a 6. 6 out of 10.
You've changed your tone about endings. You used to hate a happy ending. Now you're like, everything turned out great. 6.
This is a comedy movie. So a comedy movie you kind of want, like a family comedy movie with swearing, you kind of want it to be a happy ending.
Okay. I thought the ending was a little stupid.
It's like actiony.
It was actiony, over the top, but at that point I was kind of over it,
Right.
So perhaps that's not so fair to it, but it's just, maybe it was just like a whole. Okay, what this movie reminds me of is like the newer comedy movies that come out that say star Adam Sandler, and it's just like a big old movie of like gags. Whereas
Grown-ups.
I think, yeah, sure, think like Grown-ups. Whereas I think that effective comedy movies are perhaps more like people acting like real humans and real human things going on, but it makes it a bit more funny. Like Wedding Crashers is a funny movie, I think. Or what's another funny movie? Hot Fuzz is a pretty funny movie. Although that, I guess, isn't maybe not a good example. But I don't know. I think these types of movies where it's just all gags, really densely filled with. What are we looking at your elbow for?
There's something on my computer. I thought it was on my sweater.
Okay. Well, I'm talking right now. So
I'm listening. Yeah.
Put your elbow issues to the side.
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. Yes. So yeah, it was just a bunch. It was kind of like reminding me of that stupid movie we saw with Val Kilmer. What was that one?
Top Secret.
Yeah, kind of like Top Secret, which I also didn't like. But anyway, the ending was they were trying too hard, and I don't know, just didn't find it funny.
No comedies.
No comedies.
That's you. That's what you want to see. No comedies.
I'm willing to give. We saw a couple that I thought were funny that we've watched. I don't remember what they are, but
Dude, Where's My Car?
Right.
Code 8.
Code 8, that was a funny one. So I'd give this movie for ending a 3. Didn't like it.
All right. Out of 10, can you give me a score? It doesn't have to be a long thing. You can just tell me the score.
You didn't give a score for ending yet. Did you?
I gave it a 6. Yeah, I did ending first.
Oh. Okay, if I were to give this movie a score out of 10, I think I'd give it a 4 out of 10. I mean, I wasn't hating my life while watching it, but I also didn't really find it that funny, like a comedy should be. And yeah, I was just kind of like slightly annoyed, but willing to watch it.
Okay, 4.
Yeah, 4.
I'm going to go crazy here. Was this the movie of the year? There were a lot of gigs I did like, and I forgot about, like the swear jar gig. Hilarious. Rodney Dangerfield. He bet all the money, and they won. He took the kitchen. I gave him the wrong finger. He played like that kind of down on his luck character. I thought he played it pretty well. I just sharpened my pencil. Great. Yeah, I don't know. The movie's a 6 for me. I don't hate that I picked it. I'm glad I picked it. I thought it worked out pretty well. I liked the film. It was funny in some ways. Would this be anybody's favorite movie?
All right,
Probably not, I would say. Even Richard Pryor fans probably would like a better movie of his.
Yeah.
But yeah, 6 out of 10. Great.
I think, just to defend Richard Pryor a bit, I think just because you're a very good stand-up comedian doesn't necessarily mean that you're a particularly good comedic actor.
Right.
So yeah.
Defended him by trashing him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he might very well be a very, very funny stand-up comedian. I mean, I've maybe seen a few clips, but I don't really remember them. But perhaps all his comedic chops weren't displayed in this film. So I don't want to be too harsh.
Okay. That was moving. If you want to help me move and see the place, you can come on down between 11 and 3 p.m. Skip work.
Yeah. Why don't you just give him the address?
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah, you just come and skip work to come see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, or I could say the address, but then not release the episode until I moved out. Danger. Not my problem.
That's a good idea.
So we're not doing one next week, so you don't have to have a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have a movie for next week? You thought about it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick a movie that's been
2
on
weeks.
my list. Been on my list for a while. Actually, in a few days that we're doing the podcast, I didn't also look up movies to pick next week. I haven't looked at any, so I'm just gonna pick one that was on my list from a while ago. And that movie is has Elijah Wood in it.
They always do.
I always do. It's called Everything is Illuminated. That's what we're watching.
Look it up. Everything is illuminated. Elijah Wood. Is
Yep.
this like an older movie?
Probably the early 2000s. 2006 or 7 maybe would be my guess. 4 or 5, something like that.
2005, yeah, good job. Yeah, decent score, decent score. That's him. He's a young Jewish American man obsessed with his family history. Oh, he goes to Ukraine. This would be the second Everything movie we've watched.
This is true.
Little Miss Sunshine is a movie that's similar to it, apparently. Written and directed by Liev Schreiber.
Hey, there you go. Wolverine's brother. One thing I wanted to mention about moving, before we move on past moving completely, is the guy who directed it, Alan Metter.
The movie. Yep.
He has perhaps the worst filmography of films I've ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah, you should look him up. He's done 10 movies. He's done a couple Mary-Kate and Ashley twin films.
Did he do Double Trouble?
No, he did Passport to Paris and Billboard Dad. And then he also did a movie. He did one of the Police Academy movies. Police Academy Mission to Moscow. Yeah.
What was his name? You don't know.
Alan Metter. Metter.
Oh, he's dead now.
Directed Police Academy 7.
A Mission to Moscow. Yeah. Fact, Rodney Dangerfield makes sense. Oh, yeah. Girls Just Want to Have Fun with Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, that seems to be his most well-liked film.
A lot of TV movies. The Growing Pains movie.
Yeah.
I had all the right people. Alan Thicke. Oh yeah, Alan Thicke's dead too. Everybody's dead.
People be dying. Alan
Thicke's been dead for 9 years.
Who?
Alan Thicke.
Oh.
Canadian hero.
Yeah. So there you go. Quite the list of films he's made.
Everything is illuminated. I didn't like to see this. Probably not gonna be on anything.
No, I'm good at doing that.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go to the store. I am moving closer to that DVD place.
DVD place?
Yeah, what was it called? Can rent DVDs?
You talking about Pick-a-Flick?
Pick-a-Flick, yeah.
The one that's closed down? That one?
Yep. Move closer there. What's in there now? Have you been around?
It's like a beauty salon.
It's sickening.
Yes. This is what our society has come to. We only care about looks and we don't care about renting DVDs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be sad. We have so many plants to move.
I can see one now. It's big.
Yeah.
It's wicker.
Maybe there's a lot of stuff.
I see a little bit of wicker almost. More like rope, It looks like.
Yeah, it's a mix.
You're a big wicker guy.
I mean, that's not
a wicker man, perhaps.
Yeah, it's going to be sad. Last podcast in this place. I mean, 133 of them.
Yeah, all done in there.
All done. Sometimes, most of the time in this room. Sometimes I did some in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, anything else you want to talk about? We're a little early.
We are a little early. We have 5 minutes and 4 seconds to go if we want to hit that 50-minute mark.
Not a lot of questions. Still don't have the questions.
I can't remember if we talked about this last week or if it was even possible to have, because I don't remember when this happened. But are you happy that the Florida Panthers won?
I think you did bring that up last time.
Are you happy that the Oklahoma City Thunder won?
I don't care about that at all. I mean, it is cool that the Canadian won a bunch of stuff. But what about you? You big OKC fan?
No, but when I was at my parents' for my birthday dinner, a little bit post-birthday, we did have the game on because it was Game 7. I mean, that's exciting. But I didn't really care who won.
What did you have at your parents' house?
I had Chinese food. That's where I had Chinese food. And some lemon cake. So yeah.
Oh, we're packing, so we don't have any like stuff, and we have to we have like 2 cups and like 2 bowls. So doing a lot of hand washing. So it's like living in poverty right now. It's like, oh no, we can't have soup because we don't have any bowls.
Right. Now, do you have a dishwasher in your current place?
Yes, we do have it in our current place and in our new place. We wouldn't have moved without a dishwasher. Dishwasher and in-suite laundry are like the 2 musts.
Right.
I could have done without a dishwasher since I am the one who washes the dishes myself. Anyways, but it's just nice to have.
What about the kitchen and the windows and the floors? Would your place have needed those to be a deal breaker?
The floors are cement in the new place.
Cement floors? You can have cold feet.
Yes. Slippers will be a must, I think. Be nice in the summer, though. There's no heat pump. I'm losing a heat pump. But yeah, nice reference to the movie.
Thanks.
I didn't see it coming.
No. Did you wrap all your toy cars individually?
I don't have any toy cars. Oh, like the film. Nice.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we can cut this one early. It's a lot of good stuff, but
this is prime podcast material.
Okay.
We should.
Keep going then.
You know how people send postcards? We should, yeah, like from Croatia, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
We should make Your Mother Ate My Dog postcards and then just write random addresses. And then it would just be kind of like advertising our podcast to random people.
Mm-hmm. There's one issue with that. You have to buy stamps. So it's not free advertising. But you have to pay for the advertising.
But think about this. You are a mail deliverer. And so you could just bring a couple hundred of them with you, on your own person. And then every time you go deliver a letter, just pop one of those in there.
That's true. I wonder if that's illegal. Probably not, because people put like advertising.
They do.
They go to people's houses and they put like, oh, we're having a bottle drive.
Perhaps not illegal, but if you were a mail delivery person and you were the one delivering advertising, you'd probably get like reprimanded or fired, would be my guess.
Yeah, they wouldn't like that too much.
No. But just ideas to throw out there.
That is interesting.
Or, have you seen those planes that go by and they have like the little banners that say like, oh, happy birthday, Janet. Like, I know you did that one for your mom that one time. Happy birthday, Janet. We could do one and be like, listen to Your Mother Ate My Dog. We could have that flying around. I wonder how much that costs. Unless you know a guy.
Yeah, I mean, take a look. Rent a plane advertisement.
Yeah.
So there is an aerial advertising outdoor British Columbia.
Yep. Perfect.
Local aerial advertising. Yeah. Okay. Great. 15 minutes is $2,000. A third of a day is 5,500. Half a day. If you do it for a full day, is 14,000.
Okay.
If you want to do like, I guess them going up every day for 4 weeks is $277,000.
Jesus. It's no wonder that I distinctly remember when I was younger, I would see those planes going by every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not very often, but I definitely remember seeing them. I can't remember the last time I've seen one of those. And probably because it's like 14 grand a day or 12 grand a day or whatever it is.
If we can get a pilot license and a cheap plane, we can just do it ourselves.
That's true. Would a pilot license and a cheap plane be less than $12,000 though?
No.
I don't think so.
Less than 277?
Yeah. 270. I thought it was just 270.
Oh, well, what's the difference at that point? You know?
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, well, that's something else to consider.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate everyone listening today. 52 minutes of listening. And can of corn and all that. Box of cables.
Oh, no, that's what my Xbox is.
Hey, look at that. Easy to find. It's in the cloth cube.
Yeah. All right. 4 for moving for Jesse, 6 for moving for Josh, 100 for moving in real life, because that's what's gonna happen.
That's what you're gonna pay me, 100?
No, but we can. I don't know if you want food or something.
That's fine.
You like drugs?
I like drugs. Yep.
Okay. Well, have a wonderful evening, and thank you for listening. And toodaloo.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.